After a year and a half of preparation and planning, my epic ride to Alaska is finally here. The first leg of the trip brought me through Pennsylvania into Ohio. I'm riding a Kawasaki Concourse 14 in almost all weather and road conditions. I was wet, I was hot, I was dry, I was cold, I was soaking wet. I loved every minute of it, even the gravel roads. My first night of camping was in a lean-to in Peninsula, Ohio, at a Christmas tree farm. It was very sweet. It was enchanting. All different Christmas trees at different levels of growth. It was incredibly peaceful. Now I had serious mileage to cover. The ferries in Alaska get filled up, so I needed to make reservations about 5 months before taking the ferry. And parts of the Alaska Highway were being closed because of the wildfires, so I had an extra day of riding. Crossing into Canada was uneventful, and the next 2 days had me going through long stretches of flat farmland until you hit the Northern Rockies, which had incredible scenery. So at that point I had beautiful roads, I had beautiful scenery, and great weather. The ride through Jasper and Mount Robeson was really special. I took a short break at the visitor center to refresh, and then I was on my way. The Cassiar Highway is the highlight of the ride. It's 2 lanes, very few cars, some logging trucks, and wildlife. You have to be really mindful of your gas and not running out. I had extra gas on me, but I didn't need it. I was in a zone after a delicious breakfast among the staring taxidermy. I come around a bend, and there's a grizzly crossing the road, stopped and looked at me, and this is a stock image because I wasn't stopping to take her picture. I found a place up a little ways with great scenery, composed myself, took a little break, stretched my legs, and headed to Jade City and then Skagway. The ferry from Skagway to Juneau was about 6 hours. I think I took a nap, had something to eat. It was pretty relaxing and pretty comfortable. Juneau was a lot of fun. The Mendenhall Glacier was a must-see. I went to the Glacier Falls, which is right next to it. Again, beautiful, tons of tourists. You have to be okay with all the cruise ships there. There's 5 of them, some of them huge. But the local food was really good, and I had a good time. And then it was back on the Alaska Marine Highway on the ferry. This ferry was going to be 3 days long, 3 nights. And you sleep on the ferry, you eat on the ferry, you do everything on the ferry. Where they parked us, there were a whole bunch of bikes. They parked us in the same section, got to meet some new people, and it was a blast. You do have to tie your bike down on the ferry. This ferry will get to some rough waters, although we didn't have any. But I had my ratchet straps. I was prepared. I did my homework, and I tied it down. And you'll see a whole section here for motorcycles. But they put them in. They coordinate who's leaving and who's not at the right times. This was one of the best places to sleep. The second night, I grabbed a lounge chair and made myself at home outdoors. A 3-day ferry without a stateroom, sleeping anywhere you can find, does sound like a nightmare. But I have to say, it was totally fun. Meet people, talk to people. I really had a ball. And then when we landed, after a few stops in Bellingham, Washington, I took off for a 4-hour ride to stay at a cousin's house near Portland. Washington and Oregon are two of my favorite states now. They're beautiful. Everywhere you look is incredible. If I were on a move to the West Coast, this is where I'd move. After 4 days, I was on my way again, taking the scenic route up Route 14, the north side of the Columbia River. It was great weather, beautiful day, and I was heading home. I wanted to stop and see Little Bighorn, but the park was closed for some reason. Off to Deadwood next. After a day of rain and getting soaked through the Badlands Loop, it was time to go home. The question now is, what's next?